We are back, boys. Yeah. As usual, I'm about to play some beats in the beginning. Hey, what's good? First person in here. I'm gonna just wait for everyone to get in here, and then we can have a little talk about what today is. How many people we got in here? And as always, let me know how the audio is and shit, because I want to make sure the settings are good before I start. Show us how to make drums from scratch. That isn't what today is about. Let me know. Here, I'll play a beat again. Let me know how it is. Like, let me know how the audio is. Is that better? Alright, it's better. Let's go. How many people we got in here? I just want to see, because I want to explain what the stream is, like, hella times. Tiny bit louder. I'm gonna be honest, if I go louder, it'll clip. So I'm not gonna go much louder than this. That shit already turned up all the way. Bro, my shit is glitched. It says there's 8 people in here. Fuck yeah, I'll just start. What was I saying? Anyways, today, normally I make a bunch of beats and I'm locked in and I answer some questions and shit, but today I just want to focus on making loops. I might make beats later on, but I think for the most part I'm just gonna make a bunch of loops and like talk through my process of like what exactly I'm doing, because I haven't gotten around to doing like a full melody tutorial yet, but I want to at least try to help some. And I haven't just sat down and made random loops in a little while, so thought that would be fun. I don't think I'll make analog shit this time, just because the best way to do analog stuff is if I have another camera that can show like what I'm playing on the keyboard. But yeah, and who knows? Maybe if this stream goes super well, then I'll turn it into a YouTube video. But if not, I don't know. At least I help y'all out. What's your view on people using MIDI kits? Is it cheating? Bro, there's nothing that's cheating. Like, you could just use loops and do drums on them, and if your drums are hard, that's fine. Like, there's no rules to this shit. All the people that gatekeep about shit like that just don't have anything better to do. Desktop audio this time? Nope. It's annoying as fuck to figure out desktop audio on Mac. You're drawing a new kit soon? Yeah, I am. I got a drum kit coming out soon. I might do a loop kit soon too, because I have so many loops. But yeah, I got the chat pulled up on my phone so I can still read the chat. I have to finish this melody I was working on, but then I'll start a new one. And I'll talk more about the process after I finish this one, because this one's already like halfway done. Can you give us a quick melody tutorial? That's all I'm gonna do. I just have to finish this loop. I got y'all. I'll try to talk about like the whole process. This one just needs another layer for the guitar. Alright, now I'm gonna arrange it. Yeah, I'll try to talk about everything for the next loop. Because I feel like it's more helpful if I make a whole like loop from the start and explain it. Mic clipping. Alright, I got you. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Y'all always be telling me, bro, it's too quiet. And then I turn it up and then it clips. Like, just turn it up on your end. Here. Let me know if this is fine. Is it still clipping? Is that better? God, bro, I'm not listening to y'all next time. Every time I just don't turn up, but this time I tried listening to y'all. I turned it up, and that's what happened. Bro. Oh. Should be annoying. Nah, that wasn't a problem because I'm doing it through a mic. It isn't direct. Alright, bet. That loop's done. And now I can can explain the whole process for the next loop. Damn, it switched to MacBook audio. That's annoying. That's fine. I'll fix it afterwards. Just have to bounce this one. Who's this for? I don't know. It's just a loop. Play Minecraft with Nick and DT after this. D2 live right now. I want to make loops. If y'all want to go watch that stream, you can. Honestly, if I was just a viewer, there's a good chance I would go watch Minecraft. But I'm gonna keep doing this because might as well. What artist? I don't know. Post part 2 at Yachty. I haven't filmed it yet. We getting the OGM interview? That's not up to me. I did the interview. If they want to drop it, they can, but I don't really care. I've done interviews with other people. Is this another long stream? I'm not sure. All right. Anyways, let's make a melody from the beginning. I'm gonna try to use a mix of VSTs and one shots. But really, there's no secret sauce. Like, I might have sounds that to y'all sound crazy, but it's really about who's using the sounds. Like, I could sit here and make stock plugin melodies, and they wouldn't be that bad. It might not be as crazy, but like, at the end of the day, don't just be like, damn, I can't make good stuff because I don't have the secret plugins that the industry people have. Like, bro, look, these are the plugins I have. Screenshot it. If you want, go torrent all the plugins I got. Have the exact same setup. Like, same with the one-shot kits. Most of them are out. So you can screenshot this too, find all the kits. But like, at the end of the day, I just like having a lot of sounds. But it's really, you can make crazy shit with whatever. Do you still use Play a lot? Not really. It comes and goes with VSTs. Alright, but anyways, I'm gonna start out this time with Omnisphere. Personally, when I make loops, I usually start with a texture or a counter melody, and then I build around that with chords afterwards. I know everyone has their own process, and sometimes I do start with chords, but I think that, there the emojis go. I think that it can help with just making a lot of stuff in a day. Because if you start with chords, you might, like, there are only so many chord progressions, so you might be like, damn, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to make. I've already made everything. But like, if you start with counter melodies, then there's so many different counter melodies you can do, and you might do the same chords on 2 loops. But that's something Pario taught me that I really learned a lot from, is that it's more about the emotion and the feeling of the loop. Like, don't worry about using the same chords in multiple loops, because it doesn't matter. They could still have 2 completely different feelings. Show your contact libraries. Here, I got y'all. And then I'm gonna start the loop. All right. If you want, you can slow down the video. But these are all my contact libraries. And then I also have all these ones. My bad, it is taking a second. That's all my contact libraries. if you really aren't a gatekeeper, give me your best drum kit. Bro, y'all can literally watch my streams and see what I use. This is all my favorite kits. Take a screenshot. Use the Venexi one a lot. I use the Mingo kits a lot. The Arena one is good. And I also use my kits a lot. But there you guys go. That's a bunch of sauce. If y'all really believe that the plugins and the kits that you have decides how good you are, go take all my sounds. I don't care. Use the Apollo one. Is it in there? I'm not doing drums today, so there's no point. I told y'all I'm doing loops. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna start with a texture and then build chords. I'm gonna start with a texture and then I'm gonna build chords around it. So let's see what we can find. I'm gonna go textures playable. I bet I can make something cool out of this one. I think another important thing to do is be intentional about whether your sounds are dry or have a lot of effects on them. Like, for instance, this one, right now, it's very muddy. And if that's what you're going for, then sure, leave it like that. But at least be intentional about it. Like, I don't really want this to be the thing that's taking up a bunch of space in my loop. So I'm going to turn down the release. And see, now it's not taking nearly as much room up. How can I achieve the melody is sounding in my head? I don't know exactly what you mean, but if you mean how do you take an idea from like in your brain to in FL, it's just practice. Like at first I had so much trouble with that too, but over time you just learn with the piano roll. Like I can look at midis and I hear how they sound already. Like I can look at this and I know what it sounds like. And I can put in notes and already, like, it's, let's say right now it's like this, like your brain and what you think is over here, and actually what you're putting in is over here. Over time, it just gets closer, and you get to the point where it's just like right there, where you don't have to try so hard to get what you hear in your head out into FL. Are you called Rio because you were flow? Bro, it's literally just my name. Y'all be weird. I'm gonna add another sound. I'll try a guitar. I think another important thing with making melodies is you want to leave space. Like I could have stuff going on in the whole loop, like every single second of it, but it's important to use space. Like even though this pattern has a lot of notes, there's still these parts. Like here, I'm gonna remove this so that there's space. You know, you want to leave space because just in the way that there's beauty and art in like a bunch of notes going on, it sounds crazy together. You can use silence to your advantage. Like how there's that silence right there. Music theory is useless. Nah, it's really not useless. I mean, sure, you don't need to know what a D sharp minor chord sounds like and how exactly to play it. You don't need to, but there are a lot of concepts in theory that are still important to know. Whether you learn them in the classical sense of taking music theory classes or, learning about it online, or whether you just develop it from, making a bunch of beats. It's important because scale highlighters are cool, but what about when you want to make something that isn't in a minor or major scale, Like, I feel like it's still important to not rely on that. Like, sure, I have scale highlighters on, but I can turn them off, and it really doesn't do anything. Where are they? View. Scale highlighting. Like, it doesn't matter. And another thing is, I've learned, like, if I want a certain chord, I know how many half steps away it is. So, I got this first chord, and it's a minor chord, and it could just keep going like that, but I know that if I pitch this down 4, it's gonna be the chord that I'm looking for. Fuck, I'm slow. I messed up. The first chord is a major chord, so it's up 4. I tried to make an example and I screwed up. But yeah, like if you start on a major chord, if you go up 4, then it's the minor in the key. Let's say we start on a minor chord. Let's say we're like this. There are a lot of different chords you could go to, and I can think of pretty much all the ones that I default to. There's up 3, which sounds pretty happy. There's down 2, and then you could go down another 2, so it'd be like, and there's also down 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course there are more you could go to, but it's just good to, over time, learn in the piano roll how to get something that you want. Like, it's just filling in the blanks. Like, at first, I didn't know shit. I was like, bro, why don't I just do this? And it would sound terrible. But, like, over time, you just learn what those different intervals are. Whether you learn theory in a classical way or just by being like, oh, I know how that chord sounds. I know how it looks in the piano roll. I know that if I go down 4, it's going to sound like this. Do you keep everything on the grid? It depends. I mean, the grid is nice to have. I don't make everything on none, but a lot of the time, adding swing to your melodies can help a lot. Like, that's something that Thank You Will does a lot. He does a lot of his melodies on none, and it sounds really cool. So I'd say there's not a specific rule to it. But yeah, I'd say with music theory, it's not that you have to go to fucking Juilliard and learn all that shit, but there are valuable things to learn from it. If you want to make really good melodies, you don't have to know all the names for everything, but it's still the concepts of music theory. You're going to learn them anyways if you're making good melodies. All right, here's another one, and I'm going to try to make a YouTube video that explains this better, because I know that some of it, like what I was just talking about with, like, pitching them up half steps and everything, I know is a little confusing, but here's one that can really help. So let's say we got our bass notes. We got F and C sharp. If we select them and then hold down shift and click, it's going to duplicate them. See, so we can move them around. Now let's go up 7 half steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No matter what, with the bass notes you have, that will create a little more, not a full triad, but it adds another note to it. It adds a 7th, and whether your chord is minor or major, it'll sound good. So now we pitched it up. Listen. And if I mute these, see, it added to the chord, and I didn't have to, if I was someone who didn't know theory, I could do that, and I wouldn't have to go in and be like, oh, does this note work? Does this note work? I wouldn't have to do that. And it's really just over time, as you make beats for longer and you cook up more, you learn more of those little tricks. Like, you know, I've given you guys too. If you start on a minor chord like this, then you can pitch it down 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pitch it down 4 semitones and it will sound like this progression. And the other one is taking the bass notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's another hack. But it's like you just learn more and more of them over time. And if you combine all of them, that's music theory. It's learning it in a different way. You know, it's learning it in a piano roll sense and not in a, oh, this is a C sharp, this is a D sharp way. It's the same thing. Can you make a YouTube video? I have another one coming out soon. My editor, his computer broke, so new one will be coming out soon. The newest video is about marketing and networking and how to improve as a producer. So it's kind of like the opposite of this, because this is about like actual technical, like producing things. But I will make a YouTube video on this. Let's keep going though. I talked about some chord stuff. Let's keep adding to the melody. Oh, last thing. Now that we have these intervals, you can take them and pitch them around. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I want, I could bring it to this chord. Oh, and I kind of like that bounce. Another thing with doing chords is you don't want to just have it be hitting straight on the actual beat numbers every time, you know. Like right now we got the chords hitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. But let's select these second chords and see how this one is shifted over. Let's shift all of them over, you know, because it adds some bounce. And realistically, you're not going to have your 808s just hitting on every bar like that. You can't say music theory is required to make music, though. If you learn it naturally, it's not music theory. It's having an ear for music. I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think we're kind of saying the same thing. I'm just saying that you will subconsciously pick up on concepts that are used in music theory, but you're not using them in the classical sense. Like, it's not like music theory is just these rigid rules that box you in. You know, it's tools in your toolbox, and you will accidentally learn the same shit and you'll use some of the same concepts. So yes, music theory, it can box you in if you just use it as this rigid guide, but it's just a helper, just like how scale highlighters are a helper, you know. I feel like what I'm telling you is it's the same concept. Like, I don't know a giant amount of music theory, but it's like, it's just a different route to figuring out the same thing, which is how to make cool shit that sounds in key. Yeah, learn the rules and then break them. Or don't learn the rules and just learn your own way. But either way it works. Alright, I'm gonna add another sound. Yeah, scale highlighters is music theory. Literally is. Use the growler bass. Just add a sub here. 2, 3, 4. And see, it can help. Like, look, I can do this bass pattern without having to go down and look at these. I know that it's the first note, and then it's down 4, and then it's down 3 from there, but then here it goes up 2, and then up 1 here. And you may be hating on music theory, but whatever version of it, I know it can help with the speed of how fast you make shit, you know? I'm gonna try to explain all the half-step shit though in a video. Alright, I'm gonna try transposing this. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I added this. I'm gonna transpose this. Another thing that can help with your melodies is when you switch keys, you're going to end up coming up with different counter melody ideas, and you're not going to get tired of it as quickly. So if you have Wave Sound Shifter, you can just put it on the master like this and experiment with different keys. You know, that's what I do some of the time. So I could just go, oh, down 1, what does that sound like? Down 2. But if you don't have that, you can just transpose them in here by clicking this and then putting, let's say, -2. But you'll come up with different counter melody ideas when you're at different pitches. Anyways, I did some VST shit. Let's try some one-shots. Let's do these ones. Alright, I'll add this. And just affect the envelope so the sound doesn't go on forever. One cool thing about one-shots is that you can glide them easier than in VSTs. Like in VSTs, you have to use the glide knob, and it's like a set amount of portamento. But when you're using one-shots, you can just go over here like you would with an 808, and you can have different notes be sliding at different speeds. Like we have one over here that's like... But then we have one over here that slides slower, whereas in a VST you would have to automate the glide setting. That's just an example. How many instrument layers do you usually add? There's no set rule. I have some loops that have 3 sounds. I have some that have 20 sounds. It's really just trial and err on the side of leaving room for someone to do drums. Like, if you can't imagine an artist doing a song on it, you might be adding too many layers. And I love making complex stuff. You guys know that, but there's a balance. It's also not about how many sounds you have. Sometimes, like, I might have 10 sounds, but some of them are just layers. Like, you know, I might take this MIDI that we have with the guitar, I might copy it over here, and we got 4 sounds, but we only have 3 MIDIs. So there's a lot you can do with layering sounds, where then, you know, you might have one section that has this guitar sound, and then you have one where it switches to this sound, and it doesn't clutter up the loop, but you're still having more variation in the loop, you know? Yeah, sometimes less is more. But here, I'm going to keep working on this because I've been explaining shit for a minute. You know, normally if I wasn't explaining, I could make it a fair amount quicker. Alright, another trick. This is a little hack. So we got this bell sound. It's pretty dry. But if you go... It only works for one-shots. But if you go over here, there's this echo delay that is built into the sampler in FL. And if you want, you can change the time to whatever time you want. It's like a normal delay, but I'm going to go 4. And you can turn this pitch up all the way or all the way down. I like all the way up though. And you turn the feedback up and it creates a delay where it's pitching up. I'm going to just add one more sound and then arrange it just so I can, you know, try making more loops and giving y'all more sauce. Yeah, y'all can rewatch it on producer community, or I might. Here, there's two options. I'm either gonna turn this stream into a YouTube video, or I'm gonna what's it called? Or I'm gonna refilm it and explain it better, because I feel like I could do a better job explaining a lot of this stuff. How many melody sections do you have in an arrangement? There's no rules, but I try to have like 4 to 5, because when you're making a beat, a lot of the time the structure is 8-bar intro, 16 hook, 16 verse, or straight into the hook and it's 16 hook, 16 verse, and then a bridge. So it's nice having 5 sections, because then you don't have to like if someone likes how you arranged it, they can just make the beat straight over it and cut it right at the end of the loop, and it'll line up with how the beat is. Another thing is use processing lightly. Not everything needs crazy effects. And while it is fun using Portal and Effectrix and all this stuff, you don't always need crazy effects on stuff, you know? Like, then it gets really muddy if you don't use it correctly. So, you know, I'm gonna put some EQ on this because it's a little harsh, and a little bit of reverb. But for the most part, like, don't add effects just to add them. Add them with intention. You know, like, let things have their place in the loop. And if you add random effects to everything, you might be like, oh, this one sounds cool by itself, but they're not going to gel well together, you know? Be intentional about it. Alright, and this one's a pretty simple loop. So I'm going to just 1, 2, 3, 4, duplicate over 4 times. Is there a way to do that delay trick in Ableton? Yeah, there is. You can, if you have, I mean, there probably is with a stock plugin, but if you have Valhalla delay, just copy the settings that I have right here. Just pause it, screenshot it, just copy these settings, and in your Valhalla, it will do the same thing pretty much. You might mess with the settings a little bit, but it will do the same shit. Tips on counters. I got you on the next loop. Why you have that high-end boot on master? I don't know. It's just been chilling there. I don't mind how it sounds. You don't have to do that. It's not some secret sauce. But when I'm doing drums, I like it. And with that amount of boost, it's really not that bad. It's not gonna fuck your loop up. Alright, arrangement wise, you want to start the loop off not just with everything, but start it off with something that'll catch people's ear. So, let's see. I like that as the beginning. It's pretty catchy. Actually, I don't like this sound in there. I'm gonna just start it off like this. Yeah, I like that. My bad, there's a lot of questions. And then here's the way I think about it. So you want to have your arrangement not get too repetitive. So I just look and I go, okay, we got these 3 sounds. We got track 1, 2, and 5 playing in the first section. We want to have it switch up somewhat in the next section. If you have one sound in your loop that's like the main sound, and you just really like that sound, you can have it going through the whole thing. But for a loop like this, I'm gonna just experiment with removing at least some of the sounds that we had in the first section. So it goes from that. I like that. You know, it's the opposite as this one. It doesn't always have to be the opposite as the first section, but you know, you just don't want to give them ear fatigue. You want to give them options because they could always chop up the loop, but want to give them as many combinations of different sounds as I can. And then I'm gonna remove the sub after this. We'll go to that. And then we can see over here, damn, we got this sound 2 times in a row. We're definitely going to remove in the next one because we don't want that sound to get annoying. And we haven't had these sounds by themselves together. We've only had it with the guitar. So last section, we'll do these ones. And then once you have your arrangement, select all of the patterns on here. If you want to do stems, 2, 3, 4, 5, duplicate over, select all of them, and then hold shift and click on the individual ones like this, so it goes in a line. If you have a sound that has a super long delay tail, just put it last. I don't worry too much about the delay tails because I'm kind of lazy, but if you really want there to not be delay tails in your stems, here's the other way you can do it. You can take your loop, make sure that it's lined up correctly, and make sure that they're routed to different mixer tracks. So for this, I'm going to route this other omnisphere here and make sure it's at the same volume. Now, what you're going to do for no delay tails is select it in the playlist, arm all the tracks that have something on them, and then if you're on Mac, hit Option R. On Windows, I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's Control R or something. And then cut remainder, all these settings, quick start. And look, now we have all the stems without reverb tails. So then, you know, if you're picky like that, you can do that and then do the same thing where you just hold shift and deselect all those and then hit Command X to delete all the extra stems. But yeah, then usually what I do is I arm the master and I bounce it out just so I can experiment with different pitches, or I also normalize my loops. I know some people don't, but I like mine hitting all at the same volume. Would you ever send all the sounds to a bus to add like a filter for a specific vibe? Yeah, sometimes I do that, but honestly, you can achieve the same thing by doing what I just did, where you bounce the loop out, normalize it, and then you can just put the effect on the master. I mean, that does the same thing. For instance, I like this plugin called Tape. It gives it a little more like analog warmth. I have a preset on here I made. And then I'm going to try some different pitches and then I'll bounce it out. Kind of like that one. All right, cool. I'm gonna just save the FLP. Boom. I export mine as MP3s just to save space, because a lot of people don't like getting packs of like 10 gigabytes of loops, but it's up to you. I can make the same beat right now and I'll think it's ass. What do you mean, like the same thing that I just made? Can you please go over how you level your loops? Yes, I got you. So, let's say we reset all the levels, okay? We're doing it just for fun, you know? And we bring all the sounds over. What I do is I solo the main sound, whatever it is. So in this one, I'd say it's the guitar. I take the sound, get it whatever level I want, and then I add sounds in from there and experiment with the volumes. If you have two sounds that have the same pattern and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna have a part with one and then a part with the other, like how we do over here, where we got this omnisphere doing the chords, and then we got this sound. Here I got muted. We got this sound doing the chords. You want to have them at a similar volume at least, just because when we switch between the sections, we don't want there to be a huge change in volume unless it's intentional. So now I'm going to go over to this sound, which is the same MIDI. And I don't do it based off visually what it looks like. I do it based off my ears, because certain sounds have different frequencies in them. They might be harsher. So even if, visually they hit the same place, that doesn't always matter. You want to base it off what you hear, not off what the levels look like. Like with that delay tail, it's kind of harsh, so it's fine for this one to be a little lower. All right, cool. And you may say, Rio, you leveled it differently than before. There's no one way to have it be leveled. Like, I kind of like the way it was before, but, you could take a loop and then copy it over, exact same sounds, exact same MIDIs, but you level it differently, and it will have a little bit of a different vibe to it. So it's not rules to leveling. There's not one right way to level a loop. You just listen to your ears. That sounds funny. But just pay attention to what you hear, not about what it looks like level-wise. And it's just repetition, bro. Like, you're not going to make the perfect loop. You're not going to make the perfect beat right now. Everyone has things they can improve on. Especially me. I have so many things to improve on. But you just want to be better than you yesterday and learn new shit every day. Try to improve. Not comparing you to someone else. You don't want to get better than someone else. You want to be better than you yesterday. And the way that I mix shit, it's not like that's the law. It's not like you gotta mix exactly how I do. You can make beats the opposite of how I do, and they could be crazy. I'm just trying to teach y'all my process and how I think about it, because I know that when I was a small producer, I really wanted to see more in depth how those producers who I listened to all their shit, I wanted to know what their process was, So don't take it as do it exactly how I do, just take it as, maybe you get one thing from this stream and you're like, oh, I learned that from Rio. All right, I'm going to do it. Like, my style is literally every producer I look up to and I've worked with combined. I just take little shit from people, not on purpose, but just from learning from them and working from them. I just learn little shit, like how I master my beats. All right. If this was a beat, I would have the limiter like this. I learned that from Nick. Or let's say, the bouncing out the stems this way. I learned that from Pipes and Spaceman. Like with the no reverb tails. So it's just about working with as many people as you can and studying people's shit, and you just get better from that. Collaboration in person is so awesome because you learn stuff from people. Like, I've learned so much from working with people in person. Like, let's say how I arranged the stems, Let's say you just got your stems chilling like this. Before, I would do this. That's not as fast. Pink Grills pulled up from fucking Australia or whatever, and we were cooking, and he was like, bro, there's a better way. Just hold down shift and do that. I never would have learned that if I hadn't worked with him. So you just learn stuff from everyone you work with. How do you pick what instrument sounds you want to use? I just pick things that I like. I don't know. It's not like there's some chart where it's like, all right, you used guitar, now add this, and it will sound good. Like, I just add stuff. I got loops where it's like Serum mixed with contact piano mixed. Like it doesn't matter, bro. Just add stuff that you think sounds cool, and that's how you develop a style. Like, look at what other people do and, try it out, add it to your toolbox of skills. By the end of the day, you gotta do things that you like. Don't make beats how someone else does, just develop your own style and take little things from other people rather than just, going, oh, Rio used a guitar and then you put a whistle, so I'm gonna, like, you can do that, you could do that too, but it's not the law. Like, just like I was saying before, just like how we progress music and how we make exciting new things isn't by going by the rules, it's by trying new shit, you know? Internet money guys make their money from making you think you're special. I really disagree with that. I know that some people be salty and shit. But I purposely, like, bro, I could be taxing y'all for this Twitch shit. I could be like, all right, sub to this, and there's some course, bro. Go buy my course. I'm telling you guys as much information as I can for free to all 200 of you guys. Like I could make some bullshit ass Andrew Tate fucking course. Be like, all right, guys, join this, and then I'll teach you everything I know. But I'm not doing that. I just do this shit because I want to help you guys out. Like, I'm not getting mad about this. I'm getting passionate about it just because I care, bro. I don't mind that people think that, but it's just not true. Like, just the fact that I have enough money to, I can get cool plugins. I have a roof under my head. I got a crib that I'm cool with. I can order food, shit like that, bro. I don't need a chain. I don't need all this crazy shit, bro. I do this because I genuinely love making music, and I really hope that you guys can do that too. Because I don't know, like, you can't do it because you just want money from it. You have to do it out of the love for making music. Because then people can tell, bro. Like, I feel like a lot of the connections I made with people, it's like off of them being able to tell that I just do this because I love making music, not because, like, I just want to get rich as fuck off of it. Anyways, that was a little rant. Ordering food is a flex. Delivery fees are crazy. Yeah, I know. But I wasn't gonna say like I there are some things that I do really enjoy. That cost some money, like being able to live in LA and being able to order food and shit. Like, know that not everyone can do that. But I'm not over here selling y'all some fucking course so that I can go off and buy a fucking Tesla or some shit. I'm never gonna be like that. Anyways, let's make another loop. I'll try to explain some more shit while I make it. Take my prime. Dang, thank you, dude. I didn't even know I had that shit set up, but I appreciate you. Anyways, new loop time. Also, I'm overheated, so we're going t-shirt vibes. Fuck a hoodie. Let me stretch for a second. I've been sitting down for way too long. Damn, I cracked my back crazy just now. Alright. Stand up for a sec, and then back to the grind. Alright. Yeah, I'm on my laptop right now. How old am I? I'm 20 right now. I'll be 21 in June. Can you make some drums? I don't really feel like doing drums right now, but I will give y'all... Here's the deal. Okay. Yeah, I'll narrate the whole process. I got you. But today, we're doing loops. We're focusing on loops. I'm trying to give as much game on loops as I can. Next stream, I'll do the same, but with drums. Maybe I'll take these loops. Maybe I'll take some other loops or something, but I will do the same thing with drums. But I want to separate it because otherwise I feel like I'm not going to cover it as well. Then also, I'm going to do YouTube videos on both the topics. I think just for quality's sake, I'm not gonna turn this one into a YouTube video. Like I'm gonna try to think of a more concise way to say what I've been saying this stream, and make it into, like, let's say a 20-minute video rather than like we're already an hour in. But I'm gonna have YouTube videos and also streams on melodies and drums. Yeah. Please keep it up as past Twitch vid. I will, but also you can producer community. Here, let me show you. Producer community on YouTube uploads like all my streams. Shout out to them, bro. So if you want to see my old streams, you can go on here and watch the replays of them. But yeah, all right, let's make another loop. I'm gonna try to talk through the process as much as I can. But yeah, let's see how it goes. And when I'm talking through the loop, not all of them are gonna end up crazy, but I'm trying to teach like the way I think about it, because you already got a bunch of streams where I'm just locked the fuck in. I'm not listening to chat. I'm just making some crazy shit. So you could go, damn, well, he's trying to explain it, but this loop he's making right now isn't even crazy. But it's not really about that. I'm just trying to explain as many concepts and like ways I think about it that I can. Do you have a dream car? Not really, bro. I don't even have a car. I live nearby the studio, so I just walk over. But someday I'll get a car. It's just not, bro. I don't go and do stuff, so it's not worth it. But yeah, let's get it, boys. Make another loop. Let me think. This time, I'm gonna start with. What's the vibes? I'm being indecisive. My bad. Let's start with Wave Station. Can you speak other languages? Nah, I can't. The difference between you and other producers when it comes to melodies is you have hella VSTs to choose from with all the good banks. Alright, I'm going to make something with... Let's see how much Wave Station costs. Alright, this is $100. That's still bread. But it's not like I'm using Omnisphere. It's not some $600 VST. I'm going to make a loop with just Wave Station. I'm going to talk about the whole process. And I really do believe that it's just all the VSTs, I just like having a bunch. But it's really not about that. Use Flex or 3X oscillator. I don't want to. I'll use Flex on this one, okay? But 3X oscillator, I'm lazy right now. I'm trying to explain. Yeah, I'm not telling you guys to crack things, but you can find ways to get VSTs. That's all I'll say. All right, anyways, let's find a cool sound in Wave Station. A lot of the stuff I make, I just find a cool sound first and then build off that. And that's something that Des Wright said too when he was doing that Q&A on Instagram. But like, the sound can really dictate the loop you make. Like let's say I find this sound. All right, then I'm gonna think about like a type of progression or type of loop that would sound cool with that sound. And we switch. All right, this would be a different loop. So it's just about finding a sound you like and then letting that inspire you. All right, I like this sound. We got a sound. I'm trying to talk through the whole process. I'm telling y'all, there's not a secret to sound selection. It's just personal preference and picking cool sounds that you like. BPM, let's go 152 for this one. All right, I don't have scale highlighters on because y'all were like scale highlighters, so I turned them off. But I'm just gonna click in a pattern. Like I said, a lot of them I start with counter melodies and then build chords after. So that's what we're gonna do. Boom, we got a little pattern. And, you know, this is just hitting straight on the beats, but we want to add some more rhythm to it. You know, repetitiveness is fine, but you should be intentional with, you know, when you're being repetitive, when you're making something complex, when a sound is dry, when a sound has a lot of effects. Just be intentional, you know? All right, and we're going to take this, pitch it up the octave. That's a good way to add variation to something. You know, you got a little 2-bar loop. You can just pitch some things up the octave, and it'll make it sound different, even though it's the same notes. You don't have to have everything Rio has to make good beats. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, Wave Station is $100, and I'm gonna make this whole shit with Wave Station, and I might use Flex. The reason why I use all these different VSTs is because I can and I have them. But if you said, all right, no crazy VSTs allowed, bet, bro, I will. After this, I'll make a loop with only one shots. You know, if I had to, I would still make shit that I liked. It's just when given the option, of course, I'm gonna use a bunch of different sounds, just cause like I make beats for like 16 hours a day. You know, I get bored. Oh yeah, bro, Labs is amazing. Y'all have to get Labs. It's completely free. Look at all these fucking sounds, bro. Labs is crazy. I'm gonna use Labs on this one too. You know what? Let's use Labs after this. They got a really good piano. Now that I have a counter melody, I'm just gonna add chords. Yeah, I made a beat with just the 808 and it sounded cool. Do you guys get that he has a good relative ear? You cannot do the same shit he does. Bro, I used to not. I started off and I was making off-key ass shit. It's just practice. And the dude who's hating, I don't gain anything from trying to inspire everyone. It's not like I'm doing it for some ulterior motive. I think about like, shit, bro, I was a tiny producer. I wanted help with this shit. So like, just because like right now I have like a pretty good ear in terms of like clicking in melodies quickly, it doesn't mean that you guys are just screwed because you're not at that point yet. Like, it's just repetition, bro. Like, put in 20,000 hours, and then tell me that it's just because I'm talented. It's not, bro. I've just put in all this time. Takes time, bro. You just try to be better than you were yesterday. And if you got the attitude that you have, where you're just like, where you're just hating on shit, bro, you already lost. All right, well, let's add some chords to this. Hello, guys. Do you want to say hi to Spaceman?
Is this guy streaming?
Maybe. I'm trying to teach them all the things that I know all at once.
That's great.
You out of here?
No.
Oh, nice.
I just came to lurk.
Nice. Oh no, I heard that too. How do you understand when loop/beat is done and don't need other shit to add? I still struggle with that too. I have a lot of stuff that has way too many sounds, but just try to remember that when you think one more thing needs to be added, that's the vocals. You know, it's just missing an artist. So leave it at that point where you're like, it needs one more thing, because that one more thing is it being a song. All right. Anyways, chord time. So, like you're saying with relative ear, you know, I can tell what key it's in. So, it's C minor. I can just tell that from how the note sounds to me. It's not like, oh, I'm counting all these and how far apart they are. It's just I know how it sounds when it's the first, when it's like the 1 in the scale, you know. It's C minor. Or you could say it's D sharp major or something. G sharp major or something, I forget. How you get the swing off? I don't know how. Alright, chord time. So, I'm going to try to teach you guys how like intervals within chords works. Like how you make just like a basic sounding chord. You know, you can add more intervals to it, but just how to get like a simple triad. So, we're in C minor. If you use scale highlighters, you can use them and make sure that you're making something in a specific key. So then this will work. We're in C minor. We're going to go boom. Select it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's the trick I taught you guys in the last loop. You know, now we got 2 notes in the chord. Now, if we want it to progress, let's say like the last one where it goes like this and then it goes to a major chord. We can't do the same hack. We can't go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It works on the first chord, but on the last chord, it didn't work. And you may be asking, well, why can't it just work for everything? Why isn't there a formula for just pitching them up, you know? Well, there kind of is, actually. This first chord is minor. So when you are filling in the middle note in the scale, 1, 2, 3, you go up 3. But this chord is major. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's up 4 half steps instead. Now, if you look at these chords, we pitch them to the same pitch. They look pretty similar. The only difference is this middle note. A minor chord is first 3 half steps up and then 4 half steps up. And a major chord is 4 and then 3. 3 and then 4, 4 and then 3. So there it may be confusing. You know, how do I use this? Why can't I just do this and it will sound good? That sounds fucked. Well, there's another concept, and it's the order of minor and major chords in a scale. So we are in C minor, and we got a C minor chord. Now the scale, the next note in it is D. Now I'm gonna go do it descending. So we got C minor. Now if we're going down, the next note is A sharp. It's a minor chord. So we could build it by going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then the next chord is also major. We go down another 2. And now you remember that thing where I was like, all right, we're just going down 4. This chord right here is down 4 from this one. It's the exact same chord. We just switched this middle note to make it major instead of minor. I wish that I was smart about this shit, but in my head I understand it. It's just hard to really express it to you guys like in a way where you can just get it immediately. But in the video that I do on this, I'm gonna figure out a way to try to explain relative pitch and like in a way where there are rules to it. So for me, it's just like, okay, I just understand it because I made like a million melodies. But I want to figure out a way to like fast track you guys to being able to do the same shit I do. My bad that was confusing, but I'm gonna figure out a way to explain it better. But it's like when you start off with this chord, there are a bunch of different ways that you could go. You know, you could go down 2, you could go down 4, you could go down 7, you could go up 3. And I know in my head which one of those are major chords and which one of them are minor chords. For instance, down 7 is a minor chord. So we can just copy this chord over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it works. Down 4 is a major one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just pitch this one up. And it will work. Down 2 is also a major chord. So it works. Up 3 is also a major chord. So up 3 from the root works like that. In the video, I'm going to explain it in a way where y'all can write it down and just use it as a reference. Yeah, all of these chords sounded really bad because inversions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say we go down 4, we make it a major chord. Here is an easy trick to make the chord at least sound a little more full. Inversions are basically where you have the same notes in the chord, but they're in different octaves. So let's say we take these chords, we select the middle notes. You're going to hold down Command and click up. Now we've pitched them up the octave. It's the same notes, but the middle ones, the third, they are up the octave. So instead of it sounding like this, here I'm going to mute the wave station sound. Instead of it sounding like this, we take these, pitch them up. See, and it sounds different. It has a different quality to it. From there are a lot of things that you can add. For instance, we got this chord. I'm going to have to think of how to explain the rules to this part. Like, there isn't a specific way, but, if this is the 1, this is the 3, and this is the 7 or whatever. The reason why it's a 7 to me is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We went up 7, For this one, we went up 3. There's another one where you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if it's a minor chord, or how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or 11 if it's a major chord. All right, let me re-explain that. We got the chords, okay? You want to add another note to it. You can go up 10 if it's a minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or up 11 if it's a major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now we do the inversions again. And I'm going to pitch it down the octave. And now the chord has a lot more depth than it did before. And I want it to go down here. 5, 6, 7. And right here, here's a hack. You know how we went down 7? There's also one that goes down 5 that's a minor chord. So I know that down 7 is a minor chord and down 5 is a minor chord. So up 2, and it's going to work. And, it's not like I always make my chords like this. I might add some more notes to it. But that's like the foundation of how I think about it in my head. And I will never be able to explain it perfectly in terms of, like, it's complicated in my head. So it's hard to explain it perfectly, but like I hope that at least helped some, because that's like, at least if that's like 5 or 6 rules, it's that in my head I have like 100 like very specific ones. People who know more music theory than me could probably explain this faster, but a lot of y'all don't. So I'm trying to explain it in a way where you don't have to learn the theory in the classical way. You're still confused about how I instantly know the root? That just comes with time. From hearing this in my head, I can just kind of hum it. Duh, duh. It's like the first 808 note that you would do, Let's say we drag in an 808. We got this melody going. I would be able to just, let's say you're trying to figure out the 808. Hi, Cody. I'm doing a little tutorial in here.
I'm wrong. Yeah. You're not a sexual man.
Whoa, you can't say that on Twitch. I'm gonna lose track of what I was saying. Fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
Listen,
does.
Here's what matters. At the end of the day, money. Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. That really helped. Everyone says hi, by the way. All right. Everyone said hi to you guys. Cody said bye. All right. Yes, ear training. That's what the dude was talking about. It becomes a habit at some point, but it's just over time, you just learn what like that root note is. Like if we got this melody going, okay? That note right there, the C, it sounds right. And that one sounds wrong. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but it's just certain notes, like, I can just tell. And I didn't used to be able to do that. It's not like I have perfect pitch, but it's relative pitch. It's being able to tell what the root is, and it's just practice. You'll just learn over time. So, you know, that way it sounds right. So that's how I figured out in my head what the root of the scale is. I'm gonna add more to these chords. I don't really like the first counter I started with, so I'm gonna delete it, but we'll just build off this Labs piano now. Are some people born with it? I'm not sure. How I hear it, if an 808 is out of key, it wobbles. I don't know how to explain it. Well, that is the beginning of figuring it out. That's good because some people just can't tell it all. I really believe that all of you guys, or at least most of you guys, have it in you to figure it out. You know, try playing instruments, try singing along to things. I don't know, just from making music, it's something that most people learn. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's just you just learn it over time. If you don't have it innately and you don't learn it, then maybe you learn theory to figure it out, to make up for that. Anyways, do I play any instruments? Yeah, I play piano and guitar, but I'm not crazy at guitar. I'm decent at piano. How have I been producing? Like 5.5 years? Alright, let's add to this. Oh, another hack. Select the bottom notes and pitch them down an octave. That adds more just like layers to it. You don't always have to do this, but it's just it'll make it feel more full. I like this MIDI. Are you going to delete the VOD? Over time it will automatically delete, but it will be uploaded on Producer Community, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video on all this stuff. Yeah, having someone in real life helps a lot. Alright, I'm gonna keep using Labs because it's free. It's a free VST that you guys can get. Just go to Spitfire Audio and you can get it for free. You get all these banks. Alright, let's get another sound. This sound is dry, so I might try adding like a more affected sound. Should drop a chorus. Here's the thing though. I'm not doing this because I just want to make bread off of y'all, bro. I will make a course, but I'm just going to put it on YouTube. I'm not about to make that shit some pay to win shit. Like, it's not like if I made a course, it would be more in depth or better. The YouTube video I'm going to make is going to be my best attempt at teaching y'all all the shit that I know about melodies and then all the shit that I know about drums. So, yeah, I'll make a course, but it's not going to be some shit like that. Bro, I know I be getting fired up about this shit, but I just really care, bro. Like, I love music so much. This shit is my life, so I don't know, just be getting fired up about it. Yeah, theory is like being able to speak a language, but it's not the underlying things that you would be saying. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just a way to express music in like an out loud way. It's not actual music, it's just a way to categorize and talk about it and, you know, gives concepts names and shit. Best drum kit to use if you can only use one. Right now I'd save an XC kit, 3K kit, but my opinion changes all the time. Shows the screen ones honestly have hella sound, so honestly I'd probably pick one of those actually. I like my kits, but I really just be like putting a bunch of crazy random sounds in there. Like, they're not to be your go-to kit. Like, the 10K and the 20K kits were for that. You know, I just put in like the normal ass sounds, but like the other ones I made, I just try like sound design cool shit. Where's the Our Generation music interview? I don't know. They can upload it whenever, but I fuck with all of them over there, but it's not up to me. Alright, I like these pads. I'm gonna add one. When doing counters, you know, I could copy the MIDI. See how that sounds. Yeah, BWB kits are goated. That's a little ambient though. I'm gonna find a different sound. I like this one. Sorry if I was offensive at first. Nah, you're good. I mean, I appreciate everyone, you know, having their opinion about shit, and I get where you're coming from. I feel like we were saying a lot of the same shit. It's just like we were saying it in different ways. It's all good. Alright, we got this. Let's try adding a texture. I'm gonna show y'all some hacks for adding textures, okay? I'm gonna use Wave Station because it has more dry sounds, but this is a way that I get textures in my beats. We gotta just find a sound where it has a good quality to it, you know, not too long of a release. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so if you guys want, if you, like, this is an easy way to do it. I don't always do it this way. I never do it this way, but this is an easy way if you if the theory stuff is just like complicated or you have trouble finding the right notes. So we already got these chords. We got ghost notes for them. I don't know why that's there, but we got ghost notes, okay? So I'm going to just put a bunch of notes in and kind of like an arpeggio, you know? And I'm going to have little variation, you know, so that's repeating. Let's do something else over here. And see, these are all notes that if you look at the ghost notes, they're already being used. Other than this one, but I just knew that this one was in key. But for the most part, even if you had no knowledge about it, you could still at least be able to put notes in like this because you see, oh, this one's valid. I used it in this chord, so it has to be in scale, you know? And I'm going to do it the fast way and do notes up here, but if you want to do high notes and there aren't ghost notes up here, you could do it down here and then pitch up the octave. Alright, we got this sound. And now we're gonna make it a little bit of a texture. So I'm gonna be using some plugins right now that y'all might not have, but there are ways to make textures with stock shit too. Like you can use Gross Beat, you can use Fruity Love Filter. There are also a lot of free plugins out there. I'm gonna use Shaperbox just to make a gate. I know there are free gate plugins out there. So, and then I'm gonna go Portal. I would say if y'all want to invest in some effect plugins, Portal is really good. You just have to find banks for it. Like, yo, you guys should cop this bank that Pilgrim made. It has some really cool shit in here. Like this remixing preset, I love. And then we're just gonna half time it. Bro, with effects, I really just be putting random shit on and hoping that it works. And then through trial and error, I know combinations that work well. Like, for instance, I know that this Portal preset and then halftime and then a little bit of reverb is going to sound cool because I've done it before. Not that it'll sound cool on everything, but I just know that it'll sound somewhat cool. I would suggest y'all, when you make a cool preset, save it. Go File, Save Mixer Preset State, and make yourself a bank of cool mixer presets, you know, combinations of effects, because then if something worked once, it might work again. I'm gonna put the shaper box after. What portal bank is that? Dimensions by Pilgrim. See, right here. Oops. Go support Pilgrim, guys. Alright, we got these sounds going. I'm going to actually EQ this one because it's a little bit harsh. This is a trick. If your sound is harsh, just take one of these little node things, turn this down so it's more of a sharp curve, and find the really annoying frequency. It's going to hurt your ears. I don't like that one, so I'm going to do that. Alright, now time to add another melody. I'm going to go back to labs. Let's find something. So far, the different parts are counter melody, chords, texture. What are the other parts called? There aren't specific rules to the sounds that you add. I have loops where there's no chords. I got loops where it's only chords. Just do cool shit. Just experiment. Make stuff that you like. There's not some formula to how a loop should be. There definitely are things that might make it better, you know. You should probably have bass notes to your loop, maybe. But there's exceptions to all those rules. So, yeah, it's not... Don't just add textures to every single loop now. Don't just, you know, do, like... I don't know how to explain. Just make cool shit that you like. There's not rules to it. So aim for high frequencies. Sometimes there are some annoying high frequencies in there. So you just want to use the boost, to find shit that hurts your ears, and then you lower it. It's called subtractive EQing, I think. But maybe I'm being slow. Yeah, tools in the toolbox. Let's go. I said that earlier. And then you guys said it. I'm just trying to learn what the parts are. Bro, though, I read that in such a like yelling voice. Um, again, bro, like yeah, there's chords, there's leads, there's textures, there's names that we can give everything, but really it's just sounds. If you break it down, it's really just fucking electrical shit, you know? Like sound is just like electricity, so it's like not even we can categorize everything all we want, but it doesn't it can make it easier to learn, but it's not that it's actually like okay, everything needs chords, everything needs this, bro. Like it's just add shit you like. But for this one, now I'm gonna try finding a lead type of sound. Um, maybe woodwind or something. Let's try. All right, can we turn down the release? I don't know how this shit really works. Oh, release. There we go. Let's add a lead. Yeah, bro. Facts. Use and trust your ears. If I had to give y'all like only a couple pieces of advice, because all this technical shit is cool and y'all can learn from it, but use your ears, trust your ears. Experiment and just have fun. Try new things. It's not always gonna be crazy, and always try to evolve your sound. Let's say you have a crutch. Let's say you always use pianos. Try not using pianos for a week. Let's say you always use Omnisphere. Try not using Omnisphere for a week. Like find the crutches that you have, the things that you lean on, and see what happens when you don't use them. You always put reverb on shit. Don't put reverb on loops for a while. Like just because it will help you be more versatile and find new things if you're not leaning on those crutches that you have as much. Where people can't do 808s too good. Honestly, I'm gonna make a whole video and stream about drums. So stay tuned for that next time. What are good free VSTs? Labs. Trying to think. I forget which ones are free, but like there are definitely a bunch of good free ones out. Here, let's look it up. Best free VSTs. Look at this, 248. Bro, I'm dropping this link in the chat. This shit seems lit. Best free synths. Oh, I have a good one. Tyrell by UHE. Tyrell VST. Yeah, this one's fire. Y'all should get Tyrell. It's a good introduction into the UHE synths, and it's free. I don't even know about a lot of these, but y'all should try them. Oh, also Zebralet. Zebralet is good. Bro, this is so many. Yeah, y'all go to that link. Get 280 free VSTs. let's try pitching this. You know, we've been at it for a while. All right, this flute, I'm not in love with the sound, so I'm gonna try doing a little messing with the preset. Also, if you guys want to learn more about sound design, I'm not really the person to teach you guys. I have a bunch of sauce and little shit that I like doing, but in reality, past ADSR and all that shit and like sine waves and square waves, I don't know that much. You know, Dinox, Synthetic, Vendor, they're all people who are really good at sound design. You know, if you got Serum, just look up tutorials on how to sound design. There are all resources out there, but I'm not the person to teach you guys how to sound design super well because I like going through presets and then affecting them and shit rather than sound designing them myself all the time. Wait, how did you pitch it up like that? All right, I selected all of them, transpose selected, and then you type in however much you want. So 3 would be up 3, minus 3 would be down 3. All right. Here's a little trick. You can do this with free VSTs, but I'm gonna do it with paid ones. Get some distortion. Doesn't really matter what type. I'm using Decapitator. I'm gonna distort the fuck out of this sound, okay? But then I'm gonna put reverb on it and turn the decay down. And then I'm going to EQ out the high end because the high end is about to be fucked since we distorted it. Now this is going to be loud, so we got to turn it down a little bit, but it might end up sounding cool. See, it sounds like a guitar lead. And see, that's an example of me at first just experimenting. I was like, bro, what if I put hella distortion on something and then reverb and then EQ out the highs? But once I did that and I was like, damn, it makes it sound like a guitar lead. Then it's the fucking toolbox, guys. I learned it. I put it in the back of my brain. And then whenever I want a lead that sounds like that, it's just another little technique that I can do, you know? It's just, let's say today you guys learn 5-10 techniques. The reason why I can make so much stuff and I can make stuff the way that I do, not that I'm the craziest producer or anything, but I feel like I just have hella different tools that I use, when you make beats for so long, you just learn more and more little things. I know you guys already have shit like that you know. I probably don't know, I don't know, in the beginning, I probably had, I would learn like 1 or 2 things every week or every month where it's just like some little sauce thing like that. But you just gotta keep making shit, experimenting, and before you know it, you'll have so many unique things that you know how to do. Like little things that if let's say it worked on a lead last time, you put the same effects on chords and you're like, well, shit, that sounds crazy. I didn't know that, You just gotta experiment. And someone said it would be crazy reversed. I'm gonna try the lead reversed. Let's do it. Let's try pitching it. And I'm gonna affect that in some way. Let's go Effectrix. See, I'm literally just putting like kind of random effects on it. Let's go gate again. And just like we did before, there's some annoying frequencies in there. So I'm gonna open up another EQ on here, and just like I did before, turn this down so that it's more precise. Oh, right there hurts my ear, so I'm turning that down. And right there. And then here, I'm gonna take this, and this is another hack. If you got effect that you want to bring over to another track, save preset, but you're gonna hold down left click and drag it onto the other track that you want. So I want to apply it to the reverse lead because it has the same frequencies that are kind of annoying. See? And now it's at the top, so we have to move it down, but at least it brought the EQ over with the same effects. I mean, with the same parameters. This loop is taking forever, but I feel like I've talked about a lot of stuff. You guys said you wanted me to talk about everything, so I'm really trying to. What would this be cool with? I'm gonna try a little more wave station, and then I'll probably arrange it, and I'll probably make some more loops, but like with a little less explanation. I'll just try to find specific things that I can talk about. You can hold your mouse on the plugin and scroll down. Bro, see? I learned new shit from you guys. You learn new shit from everyone who you talk to and everyone you work with, bro. Not everyone, but like... Wow. I didn't even know that. I love you guys, bro. I appreciate it. And that is the importance of working with a bunch of other people. Because everyone has something that you could learn from them. Shout out chat, bro. You guys helped. See, and now it's another tool, bro. Now I'm gonna save that little 1 second moving the plugin, and in a whole year I could probably make a whole nother loop in all the time that I saved. That's fire. All right, let's add another sound. W moment. One thing that can be cool is contrast. Like right now we got these sounds going. You know, we got the piano, but then we got a lot of ambient stuff. So I want to try to find something we can copy the chords onto that will be less ambient. Because if we have a switch up where it goes to a different section, we might want it to be a little less like emotional and shit. Even if it's not less emotional, you know, just a little more energy. So I'm gonna try to find something. If you hold right click and scroll, you can change through the tools. Bro. Oh my god, that saves me so much fucking time, bro. I ain't know that one either. Yo, that's fire. Okay, I know Simon Servita did this, or someone, but I'm gonna do a video where I read the FL manual just like other people did. Well, it won't be I don't know if it'll be a whole video, but I'm just gonna try to learn all the sauce, because if I'm trying to teach y'all all this shit, I should at least know more of these shortcuts, you know? Like, I'm not doing it in the most efficient way. Kind of like this one. Alright, I'm gonna solo this. Yo, we could do plug and B switch up low key. I might add a lead. We're doing a little switch up time. Let's find a lead that we like. Actually, I like this. I'm gonna copy the chords again, and here's something a little cool. Y'all probably already know this, but you just do Option S. You know, you get the little strum effect. Oops. Here, I'm gonna change the tension. I'm gonna solo this. I want to shift these over. I'm gonna delete all the notes except for the chords. Extend these a little bit. I like that. Shout out Cam Go Crazy, bro. He's going crazy with the shortcuts. Alright, I need a lead. That didn't even solve what I was trying to look for. Come on, sign lead. How can you not have a sign lead? Can we search in here? Wow, that helped. Synth lead. Alright, there we go. This should help. In terms of sending out loops to people, how many average are you putting in a pack? Depends. It really depends. Usually I send people specific packs for like an artist they're working with. So I'll send, like 20 or 40. But sometimes I have so many loops, I'll just send someone like 200 at a time. It depends on the relationship I have with the person. At first, you just want to send your best shit, to get them interested in your loops. But, after a while, you can send them bigger packs. Fuck it, I'll use this lead. I'm gonna finish this loop. My bad, guys. I have so many streams where I make a million things, and I just wanted to talk about it, a bunch of stuff. Because y'all have hours and hours. You have multiple 24-hour streams of me just cooking. But, it's nice just trying to help you guys out. This has enough sounds. This was more an example of like specific techniques than like the best loop ever. But all right, arrangement wise, we got a bunch of sounds. So how do we figure out which ones go where? Strum is all S. Yeah. All right. My bad. I was reading the chat. How do we figure out which sounds go first? Well, if you were going through loops and you were picking one, you're picking loops. What is the most, what's the most exciting way the loop can start? I don't know if exciting is the right word, but you just want to catch their ear. I've been in so many sessions where people are going through loops and they go through loops like here. If I find the loop, they'll go through loops like this. And how can you catch someone's ear? You want it to start in a way where like sure, intros are cool. If you're sending to someone you already work with, they might listen. Not saying no one will listen all the way through, but like you want to catch their ear just so more people will use your stuff. And it's just personal preference. What's the most exciting to me? I would probably start with the piano and this stuff. And then we may go into plug right here. That's valid. I just section it out in a way where it doesn't get too repetitive. You don't have sounds going for like 24 bars in a row. Even though these ones repeat, like it's different because this lead comes in. This lead repeats twice, but it's different because then we got the piano here instead of the Rhodes. And it's just about variation. You don't want people to get tired of listening. And if something is really fire, then it can repeat forever. And people will just keep listening to it. But not everything is like that. And I like to give people options. Like, at least with a loop like this, I'd say this is the right way to arrange it, where you got shit switching up. For very simple loops where you got like 3 sounds, then sure, it will be more repetitive. But with a loop like this, it doesn't really work that way. All right, there are a lot of reverb tails, so we gotta make sure everything's routed somewhere. And we want to bring this over here. So we got all the stems. And just like before, I'm the only one who hears the off note. Which off note? In the lead? I don't hear an off note. Maybe I'm tripping. Build up with a drop. I mean, I feel like a lot of music is moving towards it being less build up focused. It just depends. Like I said, it's just my perspective on stuff. But when you're making loops, it's different than making beats. You're trying to get someone to pick your loop and use it. Like, sure, if the buildup is crazy, you have a buildup. But I feel like if you start it off and it's just like mad simple and it takes forever to get to the most fire part, then people might skip your loop. But it's up to you. If you wanna have your loops have buildups, there are a lot of people who have crazy shit where it's buildups. It's just that's my take on it, just in my experience. Oh, my bad. I'm tweaked. I have to loop this. I was paying attention to chat. arm all the tracks where there's stuff on them. Alright, that's all of them. And now bounce it out so we got stems. Nothing crazy, 9, 8, 17. Yeah, I feel you. So it's there, it's like all the keys mash and I can hear a bad note. Well, I don't think there's a wrong note in there, but I don't know. To each their own. Sounds fine to me. I try to trust my ear, but my bad that there's a bad note, gang. All right, I've been explaining stuff super in depth for a while. So now I want to try maybe toning it back a little bit and make more melodies, because you know I really enjoy explaining all this stuff. But I'm also gonna make a YouTube video about it, and I'll keep trying to drop some sauce. But like, I feel like I covered a lot of the you know, like I talked about arrangement and what I think about sound selection, all that stuff. You know, you can go back and watch the video if you want to hear about it more. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make more loops, cause bro, I've only made like 2 loops on the stream, and it's been like 2 hours, right? Yeah, it's been 2 hours, cause I've just been trying to like speak on a bunch of shit. But yeah, gonna try and make more loops. Do you ever use Ableton? Yeah, I use Ableton for recording live instruments or analog synths, and I also sometimes use it for making like weird creative beats. But I like FL a little more. You should make a video where you ask all your other producer friends, just ask for a tip from each of them and put it in one vid. I feel like someone already did that, but I'm down. Yeah, wait. All right, for the people who have been in here for a minute, what's the thing that you learned from this? What's like one thing that you learned? Because I want to see what people like learned from this. Do you ever record vocals? Yeah, I do, for fun. I don't really like how my voice sounds, but I do it for fun. Let me bounce this loop out. Be intentional, trust your ear, mouse scroll tool change, chord progressions. Facts. Bro, this is why I love having a community like this. Because I can try to speak on all this shit, but at the end of the day, we got 200 people in here. Like, y'all all combined are so much more music smart than I am, bro. Like, we really all learned some shit. How to open a VST? Let's go! This guy opens VSTs! I'm gonna figure out a way to like, here, one sec, I dropped something. I'm gonna figure out a way to explain the like chord shit more. What did I learn? I learned the mouse scroll thing, and where you can switch tools and where you can move the effects around. Let me take another breather, and now I'm gonna make a bunch of loops. I'll probably stream for like another hour and then dip, but we'll see. Starting with drums first is really fun. Can you explain counter melody? I mean, I don't know what there's to explain. You just add other sounds and other notes that sound cool with it. I'll try to go more in depth on it in the YouTube video, but I don't know. Alright, more loops. I'm gonna do some jumping jacks just to get just to get a little more hype. and I'll play a beat or something that I made just for fun. This is a little intermission, and then we'll walk in. Time for a snack? You know, it might be. I might order something. Jumping jack. How do I organize my stuff? All right. I have a beats folder. First I organize it by year, and then from there it's by month. So got all these months. Within the months, have MP3s, which is all the beats. So like this is August. You know, I got all the beats. And then I also have stems folders, but I only save the FLP. I don't bounce the stems yet. I just bounce the stems if someone needs them. But it's just to store the FLP. And for loops, it's a little more complicated. Like, I have weekly loops folders that I send out. So like, here's all my September loops. You know, but I just do it by month. I have a melodies folder and a beats folder. And then it's year, month, and then within the month I just put everything. I don't do it by week. But it's just helpful because I want to be able to find something if I like, I don't know, let's say there's some beat that someone needs, you know, from like a year ago. I want to be able to find it. Alright. It's loop time, baby. Yeah, probably another hour, but we'll see. I mean, I feel good right now. Here, I'm going to order food and then more loops. Because food is important. Bro, if I wanted $80 billion, bro. Not 80 billion. If I wanted to make a bunch of money out this shit, bro, people be making courses and giving like not even this much knowledge. But I can't do that, bro. I'd feel too bad. I don't know how people do that and feel fine about it. There are some courses that are valuable, but like, I can't think of any music ones that are. Can you make a loop your way using the VSTs you like and at speed you usually work? Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to just make more loops like with my normal process. Because I know that there's a lot to learn from me. You know, just talking about shit, you might learn shit. But like also just watching, you can learn a lot. So I'll just make a bunch of loops. How you build your stamina of making so many beats? It's been a process over time, just like everything. Alright. Breakfast sandwich and smoothie on the way. I used to get drained way quicker. If I ever cracked VSTs. I did in the beginning, but I don't really crack stuff anymore. You ever make just loop in one session and then go and do just drums in a separate session? Yeah, that's a lot of the time I do that. Or I make it in one project and then bounce the loop out and the drum and the like full beat out separate. Bro got a Dorito Fortnite ad. That's kind of fire. All right, let's lock in. Pull up the chat on my phone. You know, we had a lot of good talks. I'll keep explaining some stuff, but it's time to make more loops. All right, I'm just making loops how I normally would, and sometimes I spend mad long on them. Sometimes I spend 15 minutes. It just depends. There's a weird note in that one shot. I'm gonna pick a different one. And see, I'm just starting with a counter melody, like I was saying, because it doesn't have bass notes yet. And this is the root. And now that I have those bass notes and I like them, I can change these notes a little bit. I like that more. Is counter melody different from regular melody? I mean, I feel like when people say counter melody, they're implying that it isn't the chords, but rather it's a melody to go along with the chords. So in this situation, this is carrying the bass notes, you know, it's giving it the chords, even if it isn't like full chords, the bass is still like telling you what those, you know, root notes are to the chords. And this melody would be a counter melody because it's not really telling you what the chords are. It's just, you know, melody to go along with it. But that's just my interpretation of it. I feel like there's probably some better way that someone could define it. Yeah, to me, it's just like, okay, there's stuff that has chords and defines the bass notes. Like if we were to go... we were to go like this, you know, this wouldn't be counter melody. I would say it would be, you know, more of a main melody because it's doing chords. But it really doesn't matter. shit hurts my ears. I don't really like that effect. I'm gonna just do it like this instead. I've used these vocals before, but I'm gonna stretch them out like this. I think my food is here, so I'm gonna have to go get it. But I will finish this melody here. Hello?
Hi, I'm right outside with your Uber Eats.
Alright, you can just leave it outside the gate. Thank you.
Okay, do you want me to place it on top of the call box?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Nice. I'll go get it in a sec. I just want to finish all the sounds in this. Shout out whoever that lady was dropping off the food. Ooh, I have an idea. I'm gonna make this reversed one, have a gate on it, and then put reverb on it. Oh, that pitch is hard. Alright, I'm gonna go get my food. I'll be right back. But y'all play something for you guys while I go. Let's see. I'll play this. I'll be right back. I did this one on stream. It's on producer community. I think the last stream I did. And shit, bro, there's a world where I only make like mad creative, like weird shit like that. I didn't kill the whole sandwich. I set some of it aside. I'm not about to finish all of it right now. Yeah, producer community upload the video. I don't know. There's a world where I just make random creative ass like beats all day. Not that I don't do that now, but like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something special about working with artists and getting songs back that you really like. And even though I know that you can still get very successful off of like making your own instrumental projects, like I enjoy getting like songs with rappers and shit. So I think later on in my career, I'm just gonna make albums. I'll just make albums. Not even, maybe there will be some vocals, maybe there won't, but I just want to like later on really explore all the random creative shit I could do. Cause like even with the one I just played, like all my creative stuff is just like, it's cool, but it's just me fucking around when I'm not like making something super serious. Like I feel like if later on I took it more seriously and spent like that one took I think like 2 or 3 hours. Like if I spent like bro, people spend years on albums sometimes. Like what would it sound like if I spent a year on just a project that was an hour long, you know? Cuz I feel like I make a lot of stuff like quickly. So I feel like it would be really cool like later on exploring that. And you know, you could say that, well, why don't you do it now? But I really want to see how big of a producer I can become, you know, just in the rap world. And if I spent a whole year doing that, you know, I'd fall off in terms of being like an industry producer. You know, I might as well see this industry shit out and then later on do all the creative shit I want to. Do I start with a template? Yeah. All it has is a MIDI like this. That's just like what a normal clap pattern is, just so I can drag a clap on. But I have it on a sampler channel, so there isn't anything playing with it. And then I also have a limiter on with these settings so that the drums hit how I want them to. That's about it. Alright, time to arrange and mix this loop. Do drums today. It's a loop day. I definitely will do drums on it at some point, but not right now. Alright, how do we start this? I think it starts with the vocal and the bass. Alright, bet. I like those sections. Sick. And I pitched it by 6. So I'm gonna just do that manually instead of the sound shifter. I got a smoothie. Do you usually do intro, verse, pre-hook, and chorus format, or intro then hook? Usually intro then hook. That's how auto rap stuff is. But with loops, it only half matters because people flip it into whatever, and I feel like the drums dictate that just as much as the melody. I really like that loop. What's your go-to late night food spot? It depends. I'm getting Taco Bell sometimes, or like Wendy's. I don't really go out and eat things. Like, I just order shit because, like, think about it. In the position I'm in, if I go out and get food, it'll probably take an hour. You know, might take longer than that. In that time, I could make something that could, like, make all the money that ordering food costs. So, just efficiency wise, unless it's some fun shit and I'm going with friends, I don't go out and eat. I just order stuff because realistically the time that I spend, the time that I would spend going out and eating stuff, it's a waste because I, like, even though ordering food costs money, I get to work more. Alright, new loop. I've been using a lot of one-shots lately. I don't know why. I feel like if you flip them the right way, they can be really fire. And if y'all want to look up some of these one-shot kits, do it. Buy them from the people or whatever, because there's a lot of fire ones. Like, these cryptic ones are really gas. What would this sound like? Oh my god, this is gonna be so goofy. I'm just gonna full commit and see if I can flip it with effects. It probably won't work though, it's gonna sound too goofy. Imagine though. If I can flip this, anything is possible. Yeah, it looks like a tree. Let's see if we can flip it. That's the root note. Oh, I should make a quiz for you guys. I should make a quiz online where it's like, well, you know when you use flashcards when you're studying until you like get some shit down? I should make a quiz where it's like there's a melody and it plays and then you have to figure out what the like root note, like the minor scale it's in is. And you guys get a piano roll to do it. Like you would have in a different tab, you would have FL open and you could just go and you try to find it. I feel like that would really help with having relative pitch. And then all the other methods that I was talking about like would work well. This loop is too fucked, I think. But maybe what I build around it will be cool. See, like, now I could just take this bass progression, and I'm not going to give up on the texture yet. Maybe I can make it cool, but I think it's too folk. Yeah, facts. Let's reverse it. That's kind of fire. Kim J is so far. Facts. Why'd it get so loud? Oh, I had record on. Look at that. That's not good. When you doing drum stream, whenever I have free time to do it, I mean, I'll be streaming as much as I can for y'all. It's just, especially because I don't purposely make money off of like my fans, you know? Like, sure, I get money off YouTube, off views, but like I'm not like, I get some money off Kiss, but I don't go crazy with the promo. So it's like there's only so much time to commit to this, to streaming. When it's like, okay, if I got a session, it's for artists I really like, and I'm trying to make some cool shit. You know, I'm gonna prioritize that over streaming. But you know, there's always some time. Flipping samples, yeah, that's a good video to do. Hi Parker, how's it going, buddy? Wait, I want to hear what we started with. We started with this. Damn, that's funny as fuck. I have a keyboard over here I forgot about. I might try to play something, even though I don't do that too often. I gotta take the sound shifter off though, it adds a lot of lag, like latency with the MIDI. Alright, let's try recording something. I don't like that. Fuck! Oh, I keep recording into the playlist too, bro. Why am I doing that? Boom. There we go. Alright, there's something in there. Alright, this loop is done. It was done a second ago, honestly. I just kept adding stuff anyways. Alright, that's a loop. We'll arrange it and then figure out the best pitch. Amiri sent me something to sample. Are y'all down to go on a little side mission? I'm down to go on a side mission after this loop. Alright, we'll make a beat out of it. I'm just sending it to myself. It's on TikTok. Alright, I'm emailing it to myself. I don't know if it'll work, but hopefully it does. But yeah, I'm gonna just finish up this melody and then we will sample this TikTok for Amiri. What's the mic you're using? SM7B. All right. Whoa, why did we scroll down so far? All right. How do we want to start this? Nah, that's not how we should start it. All right, sick. That melody's done. How are y'all doing? Who's been here the whole time? I like that loop. Alright, let me not leak my email. I'm gonna hide this screen for a sec just to download this sample. Could you please explain what audio interface does and if you really need one? Alright, so an audio interface basically connects you speakers and inputs into your computer. So there are Focusrite interfaces, there are Apollo interfaces. Those are some of the popular ones, also big knob ones. But basically some speakers, they require an audio interface to then connect into your computer, you know, because the cables that come out of the speaker aren't going to directly go into your computer. So you get an audio interface so you can plug the cables from your speaker into it and then plug a cable from the audio interface into your computer. You know, it's almost like a middleman. And also, if you have analog synths or you have certain types of microphones that aren't USB microphones, you know, because USB microphones, you can just plug them into your computer. But other types, you need an audio interface so it can take all those inputs and then put them into your computer. So it's just like a middleman for sound. But yeah, here, let me download this and I'll turn the screen back on. Alt R, yeah, that's the command. I don't know if that made sense. All right, and we are back. Here's the TikTok. I'm gonna convert it MP4 to MP3. This is what Amiri was like. Yo, sample this. Somebody sample it. You have to select and press the red thingy though, right? Yep. Like boom. Then we could bounce it out just by clicking Option R or Alt R. And you can arm multiple ones, and then it'll bounce all of those out as individual audio tracks. Here's what Amiri wanted us to sample. What is this from? Alright, it loops right. Oh, you can't see me pointing at the screen, but it loops right here. Don't mention anything that mentions where we are. Because if you say I want something and it's from a place, then just text me.
Can I fix something for you?
What? What'd you fix?
I can fix.
What?
Are you running through this?
That's just for my mic.
So the sound, you're going through the Apollo still?
Yeah. Oh, far. So then it will be less noise, but the synths are off, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the synths don't matter, but watch, go ahead and do it now.
I don't want it that loud. I can't tell the difference. Am I tweaked? Is there a big difference?
It's not a big difference, is it?
Well, have fun getting Jack in the Box. I can say it. There are a lot of Jack in the Box,
I mean-
you know?
I just streams. I don't want people to know me.
Now everyone knows that you got Jack in the Box, bro. That's crazy.
Bro, out of all the millions of people who eat shit food, bro, I don't think I'm anybody to be judged by anybody.
Fair enough. Amiri asked me to sample this. It's a TikTok audio. I can't even tell those are bass notes. Wait, listen to the loop I made. I made one I like. I reflipped those vocals that I found because I want to make a better loop around it. I love this one. It's all one shots. There's a counter that I really like. I think it's after this right here. Yeah, I really fuck with that loop though. And this one. Bender. I like those two though. Alright, I have to work on this. Bye. Hold up. Man, I want to pitch it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe up 4, because that 808 is so fucking low. And I want to chop the sample so that the pattern is less weird. Because that pattern is super weird. Yeah, I got tricked, bro. It should just loop after that. That's better. Say hi. Everyone say hi to Josh Hall.
What's going on, y'all?
I keep scooting and you scoot the same
I
way
know.
and then they can't see you.
169 people here right now.
Not bad.
I'm just tapping in. I haven't been in the studio in a little bit, so I just want to pull up. What's up, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been live for?
3 hours.
Shit, keep going, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll come back though.
Everyone said hi.
For real?
Yeah,
I'm enjoying the stream.
I bet. Wait, something sounds weird now. Oh, that's valid. Whoa there, that's not allowed. How can I guess for the verse we in halftime it, but it needs like one more melody. Now I'm gonna add some effects. see what the original pitch would be like, because I bet Amiri would like it, the original pitch. Nah, the other way is better, low-key. I'll just send it to him like this, and then he can decide. I don't think it needs more melody, honestly. I could add more, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't halftime it for part of it. Like, it's probably fine. I can always add more shit if you want it. Right here, I want to switch up to something. I think maybe I'll pitch this down and then switch the 808. Let's see how that is. You know, just a spins. Ooh, that part is hard. Alright, I think it's done. Fire. I think I'm out of here, bro. You know, I dropped a bunch of knowledge in the first part. Then I made some loops. I didn't make hella loops, but in this amount of time I would have made a bunch more. It's just I was explaining stuff a lot. Then we got a bonus beat in there. But yeah, I'll probably go work on other stuff off stream. But I love you guys, and I hope you guys learned something. And I don't know, it's fun. It's fun trying to explain stuff. And I learned stuff from you guys too. I learned those shortcuts, so it was a win-win. Post that last one on BeatStars. Nah, I'm giving it to Amiri. He asked me to sample that song. But yeah, I'm gonna do another stream soon where I do the same thing but for drums, where I explain stuff a bunch. And I'm also gonna do YouTube videos on these topics that are more concise. But yeah, if you have any other ideas for like videos or streams I should do, just DM me. I read all my DMs even though I don't like respond to everything. But I will catch you guys in the next one.